or Akropong constituency. Na me wie ni say so franchise so mark off by. Many Barima, Michael Bediako. And a one penny and owners and listeners of Okoman Radio. Maybe in a medencha, we do so pa the ma Akropong-Akuapem and your crappy man no pay. Say what kind of Samuel, a small boy being na no quite a brabo ni mo left right major di ofi mampon kontonchi and ultimately so massive this constituency na wo mo Kofi ase na okan e wo Srodai. The Kofi are two main major suburbs, even though suburbs not those. The two troublesome ones.
Action points, one.
Action points in your industrial dial. And it's always like a survival of the fittest. I may madam, I'm saying, send our kind of pepe, Gertrude Doreen, Jemima Mavis, and I mean, one day the four of them know. Suku Semne Akwantu ni Awari Semne Adeno. We one senior high in the university. I was also doing to go America for the UK for. And then occasionally they come. Maybe I remain a Ghanaian and I'll continue to remain a Ghanaian. Indeed, I keep telling them so they are no visiting Ghanaians. From Kofi and with basic school, me to also call St. Augustine's College or Cape Coast. Now from St. Augustine's College in Bay University of Ghana, I'm a proud vandal from the Commonwealth.
And you're not when you're
oh, Papa.
Nah, obeti na shimujama ni bi ana we the voice ni tie fanche one.
Oh.
Once a vanda.
Always ever but na dey say empanyin witi anopay.
Fantastic.
Na
what abesi afo na hu ama no mo sa no.
Papa na. Wa oni mi so na me so me na me tonyo pa. I was part of the charismatic Vandal squad.
Wow.
And only it's me full album. Na 17 January yaba no diplomacy. It's the Commonwealth and I represented Commonwealth on the JCR at the SRC level, one General Assembly. The very first year, no Senaoka, no me supported candidates for SRC. I me one posters. Second year, I'm a spokesperson for one of the candidates. I'm a spokesperson for Rocky Obeng. Rocky Obeng is now the minister, the regional minister for Western North.
Wow.
And then the third year, when I was in the third year, I final year, I became an SRC presidential candidate myself. That was 2006, 2007, University of Ghana, your academic year. Now, there was this famous, that was the first time in the University of Ghana history our SRC elections didn't produce results in this millennium, post-2000. Now, the elections was between me and Lord Hammer, Victoria Hammer and a brother. Then it was politicized. By NPP, SEMNI, NDC. I was accused that the NPP was funding my campaign. And Hammer also were perceived to be NDC. In fact, on the day of election, it turned violent.
I remember.
Members of Sabaho clashed with Commonwealth. They were very chaotic. Now that time, now DCOP, Kofi Boache, Nathan Kofi Boache. On another greater Accra police operations. Now, Eden Kaka near the University of Ghana. Hammer couldn't become president. I also couldn't become president.
For that year,
2006. Because your core vetting were 18. Your core vetting, you became 11. Then after the first round of voting, you became 2 for the runoff. So you runoff, I became violent and produced. But I never looked back. I then continued with my national service. I served the late Dr. Kwame Akwamu. In fact, it was under his feet, the politics of the day, the politics of the MPP. Now, growing up, my grandfather So I am in on this side. He was a politician, the late lawyer Amanfo, also from Akuffo. Now he was a founding father as well of the MPP, and a very good friend of President Akuffo and President Akuffo. In fact, when President Akuffo was Ghana's Deputy Foreign Affairs Minister under Buzia, my grandfather too at that time was Ghana's ambassador to Mexico.
So they worked together.
And then later he became regional minister for this region.
Wow.
Twumhene and Akuffo were very close. I quite remember I said growing up, and also in '98 when Akuffo was contesting. The bucket of the pickup, I'm marching about posters. And anytime Akuffo was in Kofi State with my grandfather and with us, until at 4 a.m., 4:30, Kofi had a perennial water problem, which was very popular. Then I could fetch in soon, cleaning a cranny, the shoes, now, well, until I didn't understand much of the politics, but I knew, say,
there was an activity.
It was the opposition was where I belonged, because all the people I could see were were wearing opposition top. But let me also be very honest that Rawlings also had a style which was very interesting and quite appealing to the youth, because it was seen so energetic,
very charismatic,
and very charismatic. Yeah. Occasionally when I used to eavesdrops, man, in Kwakwano one conversations, I just felt that they needed to also change their tactics of campaign and politics. Was anytime you are also up against a charismatic person, the strategy must change. And yes, I know it will be very difficult to beat him in any contest. God being so good, Rawlings was exiting. So it was Mills who was in the arena. I don't mean people want political power. So I'm taking you back to post-University of Ghana. So under Dr. Kwame Mwakutufo, Miss Monsieur Anyama, some basic things under him at the State House and also at the school feeding program, where I got to learn a lot about how to fight hunger and poverty. Fast forward from there, I had the opportunities also to travel to the UK. Worked with a bank for the day I was confirmed. I letter of confirmation on the 1st of October 2008. I took my leave. So a month leave. I realized that sitting at one place was not my thing.
It was your thing, yeah.
And being active all the time. So I came down to Ghana 2008,
With a 1 month leave, to come and
1 month leave, and I overstayed for 3 months. And the MPP unfortunately lost the 2008 elections. When the MPP lost the 2008 elections, I realized two things. One, I have overstayed for 3 months.
You might have lost that opportunity.
I might have, but it wasn't definite. And two, also it was a time to reflect and think. So I went back to the UK on the 16th of January. Then reported to work on the 19th of January. When I got there, I shared the letters that had piled, queries and all that. But I went back to basically to thank them. And they were surprised. I came back to just thank them for giving me an opportunity, because my department, I was the only black guy. And that bank today is Santander Bank. Yeah, Santander Bank. That time was Abbey National Bank.
Okay.
And so the Spanish group bought it. I would name it Santander. So I went back to thank my superiors, to thank them for giving me an opportunity to work with them, regardless of my creed, my race, and everything. And strangely, they gave me an additional 1 month leave to say thank you as well, paid leave, because they felt that it was weird for somebody to come back to thank them. But I also felt that either you yourself, you exit honorably, or it was just a matter of time for them to kick you out. And if I end on a very good note with you, I'll still have a very good testimonial, good relationship with you. And that I was able to do and do it creditably. So from there, then I was also being written to by the Alliance for Accountable Governance.
That's AFAC.
AFAC.
Okay.
That time they had formed AFAC in January. I wasn't part. The founding fathers of the Alliance for Accountable Governance were Dr. Nana Ayuwefrie, who is now the MP for Efijasi Asokore. Okay. Lawyer Godfred Yeboadame, who is now the Attorney General. Kweku Kwatin,
spokesperson for
who was that time head of policy and spokesperson for the MPP. Kweku Kwatin is now the chairperson for the Finance Committee of Parliament, and also MP for Boise East or Boise West. So, and then you had Kabila, who was from the CPP. So these were, Bonfe, Kwabena Bonfe, and Henry Asante, who was from the PNC. So these were the faces are no more AFAC. So Dr. Ayuwefrie wrote to me. So remember, they formed this group. They wanted me to be active. So I came down on the 14th of February, 2008. Yes. No, 2009. So elections was in 2008. So it's 2009. And then when I came down, the first meeting of the group, I realized they were all professionals and they were working. They needed somebody who could drive the operations of the group. So I was made the director of operations for AFAC.
So actively you can
engage, to coordinate and engage all these colleagues who had become, who were the leaders of the group. I realized they needed to move from talk to action, from rhetoric to action. And they were more of the press conference, and I felt that we needed to put some structures on the ground to test our ability to mobilize. So the first demonstration we wanted to embark upon was the one in July when Barack Obama was coming. Then Professor Mills at that time was president. Rosebud Atenga was a Greater Accra Police Commander. They went for an injunction, a court order, to stop us from demonstrating, because they felt that Obama was coming down, was going to disturb the peace and all that. But my argument was that even where Obama was coming from, the White House, every day, people demonstrating in front of them. Yes. So that notwithstanding, back and forth, we rescheduled the demonstration for August 4th. So the first demonstration that I led when we were in opposition was the August 4th demonstration called Atadada demonstration. And in Ghana,
how did you came because
now Atadada on the very promises that he made, and then in Kanfono, language don't say Ata Elakawo, Ata Adada. Okay. So that demonstration, we were able to pull no less than 10,000 people to the street. It was my first demonstration, Milady. Then from there, we never looked back, and I led the AFAC to be more active, and also for them to be able to fill the policy space. So you press conferences, you organize them, but you also should be able to move the advocacy from the conference rooms to the street. So for me, it was more of democracy on the street. From the people taking it to for them to also understand. And then that time too, the NPP needed time to reorganize. They had just lost a major election. So they needed some time.
Nurse the bruises and
come together. So AFAG
filled the gap.
They filled the gap.
Once they also do their
absolutely.
That's strategic.
Very strategic. So then after a year or two, that the MPP then after.
Bro, I'm say, okay.
Mate. It's 2009, 2010. NPP free one reorganization Then they had new executives. The Honorable Jacob Echebi Lamte late, and Orase John. Then
also late now.
Late now. Mekai is a president that time were in opposition. Yes, Antonio for him to be flag bearer again. Said, Sammy, I've been listening to you. Name it. Say, meet you radio near there. Me pesi ebe ye jumabom. So Jake and then Nana Akuffo Addo Sir John says some person may deputy communications director.
At my party.
Now I had a good opportunity. I'm a survey under one of my best bosses, all-time best. Nana Kumia.
The communicator extraordinaire.
Yes. The father Nana Kumia who made me a better communicator. Even though I had a flair, no. So up to date, menene wo slogan be my own. Me name is ranking. No so ka ranking. Yemi no penny etias. So under Nana Kumia, I became deputy communications director alongside John Boydu, alongside Yawabi Asamoah.
So these were the gurus.
Yeah, Perry Okujeto and Olivia Korte.
Wow.
So that was the NPP's strong team of communications directorate.
With a young and vibrant Awuku.
I was the youngest among the team. Them. Yes. And they also realized that I was one of the people who could fire the bullets as well.
I think for a common area there, but just about 26 minutes to 10, Director General Edema, National Lotteries Authority, Yera Samuel Awuku, Ubia Sami, Boys Abre, Ubia Bedidi, Arabai, Ofia, Enche, Na Yede, and Comono, Compempo, Sobia, Ubihubutaya, and they
no problem.
So,
Kebi, Kakran from Akumia time, then I decided to make contest for National Youth Organizer. Then National Youth Organizers, we are connected 7. 7, me be mo say na we no ba da ben ye nim no na say obey radio youth organizer propaganda they will bomb me p. But it was okay.
It was still making you popular. People were also getting to know you.
I think so. And Obeka is my famous contempt. It was Supreme Court.
Kopacho.
Nanum Jame. And I think it was one of the things that helped me also in my campaign. The party people felt that I've also suffered through the process. Even though Nipa Nsono, I think I was the biggest winner for the day. Meaning 74% of the vote.
Wow.
Alongside Payo Sajide, who also was an aspirant, Richard Nyama, Gift Your Warrior, Boaje,
very known people,
Michael Lampong, and all these very solid patrons. But the unknown Samuel who then had 74% of the vote. And let me say thank you. Mamena NPP for us. Akukudrone Odoa one then did me through my political career. Fast forward, Mr. Call national organizer. National organizer, so party here, madam, 89% of the vote, making it the highest for the night in that conference. And when I'm in an election,
that was in Koforidua.
Yeah.
Yes, I think I was there.
One thing, so that has defined my politics. When I'm contesting for a position, a party from they don't one time is because for me every day is an everyday with them. Until they see say a communal labor, one on now is in our own interest. Until money has never been a consideration, and I've never been afraid when I'm in a contest.
Because you are the people's people.
I just feel say it's not just money, a relationship.
Yeah.
Hey, obetimi share obi esinyo obi bibi ni obi bibi ni ni awai here, and day in day out I live with them. There are times what about to say format no baby make catch say we format. No I wouldn't want to say commander and now they am city oba no ma me say na idi enye rent enye say me yire no e be commander na dey emunye na matiase na no how are you
I found my best group is there me bad hospital there.
An interesting thing that happened guy be cause na oba more the na wa ba more a month before but commander na me rent say I'm say okay na me tie bi na me say ni refi ne ho 2 months later na osan by na commander where you may go about them and I rent and also 2 years. It's okay. But now bought the same amount. I'm so by my mouse. Okay, 2 months ago. Commander. And then no any problem. And I'm the second problem also hernia. And I'm so crazy. One would now excuse me. you panting on them. I said, oh, I've annoyed now. I said,
police catch police.
Say, me, oh, you me, Tina says, say, my
when you had the
and there are some, so I've lived with them like family. And Obama on my name indiscriminately because the vote, or often vote your back. And our boys don't number honestly cry one vote. The vote of the king a one in an election. And the vote of security man or also a one. Into we a politician. So when you see numbers, the more your commercial entity, the more your business. I'm sure some more activation, more outreach program.
You won't see the
and
numbers.
You see the numbers. For you are talking listeners.
Yes.
Is that not?
Yes.
And when you are talking listeners, more marketing team, they see profit. Me as a politician, when I see numbers, I see vote.
Wow.
So, my perspective, the way I may watch things, it will be different from how I watch it.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
And as much as possible, the only professional time on such will be So far, only 2 people pay in our politics today. Beat me a come free. Nanado and Akuffo.
Yes.
But any smart politician now will say, when you see numbers, think of the vote. It is utia ubini nanswa. More careful because a ripple effect. In Accra, say last 3 months, Mofiano pa ewonkana boys to be bow. Who happen? I'm sure that's changing me face. When say cruise with the trouble, commander. Now the when you munye fenam say ntiapo. Commander, any baby ako. Ti usro one so ready ebejo.
Also who that is himself.
Normally the cast clearly on the table. Now my for me asem na yemese. Commander, any baby ako, any baby ako. 2 through 1 through any ebejo today. When I buy a money and only enco
so we are
know them from and they only
this what to go through
every day, and
I try to also contain it.
I think they find in me a sympathetic like me say me so no me tie one them and whom as their own, and they are make declare me contest but on daily basis when a lot of people are you perceive a transfer your vote about how I'm saying no. The baby are on ultimate to Abane because in the presidential vote, Ghana is one constituency. And our constituency level MPs in the first past the post. You can have people out to me from northern Ghana
who want to transfer
from western north, from western percent we now will transfer vote back. I won't be surprised if I ever get to contest here.
M said you are being charitable.
Because you nomination here.
Okay.
Okay. And I think in all fairness, and I said it on CTFM and I said it on Asempa. And as much as possible, I'll give my MP all the respect and support till the party declares its intention, say will be nomination.
Wonderful.
And I'll have a conversation with Dokwa when I'm clearing my mind after consultation. I'll have a discussion with her that I want to contest her here. And I think
let me get to the bridge.
Yes, no. It's fair.
Yes.
After listening to the ground, because our campaign on the record of the MPP and hers, our constituency. To say Akuffo on contest. And I'll need her. And I'm sure she will need me when she wins here or when I win here. I'm not one of those who practice politics of acrimony, not at all. I'll reach out to her, have a chat with her. It's on the basis of A, B, C, and D. And also I'll share my vision, some of it too, with you here, and then some to going forward. So
fantastic idea, fantastic approach. You're a politician, and like you have rightly said, you have been a national executive of the party. And so we grab a staple party process. It shouldn't be you.
Yeah. And I've been at the party headquarters for 11 years.
Wow.
As Deputy Communication Director for 2 years.
Wow.
As National Youth Leader for 4 years. National Organizer for 4 years. In fact, Deputy Comms Director for 3 years. Youth Leader for 4, Organizer for 4. So 11 years.
And say we share course free yempota mu ha ene wow do ani hwe somo abetimi asom no betimi aye politics there ye dignity pengro okasa okan obeti say Ricky Oben ne oye Rocky Oben yes Rocky ene Akuffo abobodin kwakuku atemoni ade say wo tipemfo a ene from the comfort of your home crowd also the text message there piabetum and then come say ebe anwa say ochina bi na MP say many as me so me maso to form na my tea Amanfo na say on my force say bread do say me so me free na so beto aso ebe anwa
ni na conversation na NJP no ahwe ne na nti is a very difficult time to talk about
very sensitive
the
time,
politics now. And I think so with time, you have that conversation. But the reality is, politician now. My advice and my position and principle is you leave when the applause is high. I hardly stay at a place for long. Me party youth leader. Even though NPP Fube Brigidis, I was one of their best youth leaders. I served for my term and I moved on. Then me too also called national organizer. Successfully defending the title. Afterwards, I left. And me have 3 things when I'm in an election. Me tie form, share form, na me bisa form. If these 3 areas na major, that means there's likely to be victory. Me tie now no be sending me an online publication. Awuku vows to recapture a dental seat for MPP.
I'm going to go to an
every day, Biane,
okay, you know, as a media man, as a journalist, as a, in a way, I shouldn't be telling you this, but I'll tell you. Say, if you make us say Akuffo be contest, say me Awuku. But what's here? Ni panicasa wakana. I say, look, let them come. Let us get to the ground. Okay, I say, a form.
Yeah.
We form.
Because the young politicians, sometimes you're taking your money for granted. Nipa ninya yi, wama.
Otune bedi.
Wama. Or you're adoring, or you're wedding, nina. So when a year closer to election,
now first that's open
now. Ojedi say you want to take advantage. But when they see a relationship enduring, and honestly, that's one thing as center-right parties eluding. Because we think so just normal if I'm able to go or not to go. So when to me and Kompokwana, let them feel say you play the role. Because African politics now, it thrives on trivialities. Manifesto. I can tell you for a fact, about 90% of NPP folk, they've never read the party's manifesto. And same for the NDC. You may have a collection of NPP's manifesto I produced from 92 to date, but I'm not sure you've read more than half of each of the booklet. The politics thrives on minimum. Mene ni share or joint her. A nice person. Minye you know buy. May outdooring or buy. Wedding or buy. Mene ne kwasori yeko Christ Church. Yeko hase. So to them it's a relationship matter. And that is African politics. It is not more about say making policies and programs. So it takes a lot of time for you to convince them on a policy. A lot of time. Because they're always in doubt as to whether politics are more. And that is why you can have somebody belonging to the NDC in a side, but they're willing to vote for this candidate from the MPP because on a no relationship. First, Akuffo say politics is global. What can say politics is global? Just an area America, no, ABC or Ghana. Now, so now, we share sad dynamics here, because from 92 to 2000, it was a Democratic party. No, also that is under Bill Clinton. When we feel so in 2000, when the Democrats lost, the NDC lost, and NPP by under Akuffo, then George Bush in the US. When the Republicans lost in 2008, the NPP also lost in Ghana. Then came another Democratic leader, Barack Obama. And for this 8 years, there was a Democratic Party in the US. It was an NDC government in Ghana. But these dynamics changed in the year 2020. Because in 2016, the NPP won in Ghana. The Republicans won in the US. But in 2020, NPP broke Sahanyamaniyamano. The Republicans lost, but the NPP retained.
So the dynamics need change.
It's no function on a global now, you make a mistake. So then it becomes all politics is local. Okay. All politics is local, no? Your understanding is that, area, I will say we here market. Tiabe market. Inti yabe market area had it, not just NPP, this electoral area and this community be winning. You make a mistake. Because local, no, the market there, Nipan may not have a direct benefit of it. The person will vote on the basis, say, minye, no buy. And I want me bani school fees, not me boy me. Na minye be pay juma or boano. Inti now, no, it has become personal. I have that personal relationship with him or with her. And I think it's one thing that I want to develop quite strongly amongst us here. Se me gusto ame consultation. Mene nanano medium komo. Masra asafo mpanyin ni ade esoso wa ha. Me gusto ne party leadership wa ha se so etwetwen komo. Ne edi komo so akwa echi. Until when all the consultations are done, I think I'll finish with the consultations latest by July, August. When I'm done with the consultations, now we call the next phase of it. Then I can then go and have a discussion. But
so far, what has been the response?
They say response is great. They find in me a friend who is saying so you'll be a meet me a boy. Look. Baby, I hear one now, and this constituency, Akropong constituency, we have all the values, attributes, and then the conditions. I was saying, one of the greatest constituencies. This is the only constituency that produces 2 presidents. It was the Akuffo, Nana Akufo-Addo, and even
the third one here.
There's a third one. Was it
FW Akuffo.
General Akuffo,
yeah.
General Akuffo, Edward Akufo-Addo, Nana Akufo-Addo.
3 of them.
3 in one constituency. Number 2, what are the distance between here and Kwewu? Like 3 hours. But it's less than an hour, then you hit the ridge. Into your Basa position as a tourist and hospitality destination, any problem. And then also, many nananum as we on how to make Ojua Festival like the festival for that period, where economic activity becomes the biggest center for economic activity within that period. Because one Akuffo just trooping during Ojua to come and drink,
have fun, and away they go back. Yeah.
But then they must also learn about our values. Set the days in such a way, okay, this day out of the 3 days or 4 days, we're not here for sightseeing. So the packaging of the event, maybe the Friday night or the Saturday night, here for entertainment. The Sunday, maybe it's a non-denominational church, something. One day set aside for culture. And ABS sports for this, for that. You're able to attract investors and attract so many dignitaries into town.
Who will spend?
Because when they spend, that is when
the local economy,
it can grow. But another area that will suffer, area of accommodation in the hotels. Because many of the hotels are one capacity low. So within the period, which of the nearby towns can we facilitate? They have hotels, so we arrange with them and get some good shuttle services. They say, well, let Udra catch up with the rest of the country. And once the programs are properly aligned, it makes it easier. NLA receives its latest draw machines in rap.
Oh, wonderful.
And these are the draw machines we will let us see to the end of the current draw machines that you use, which is 26-year-old. We've used that draw machines for 26 years. But the new draw machines now arrive here and run. But imagine say it won't make its way out of NLA. The only time it will go outside the NLA will be for Udra this year.
Wonderful. And we can also give you a word that we are supporting this project.
So you become the official partners.
Thank you very much.
That's all.
Thank you very much for this.
We collaborate big time to make sure that. And when we are coming in, yes, we are the young artists.
Very good.
The musicians to accompany the draw program, make it exciting.
Wow.
And presenters is Akropong, Calibos, Jessica Williams, musicians as we be the to set up the
we collaborate with
that is all.
Get it done.
That is all. And be prepared to see a new Udra this year.
Wow.
And so be say yaba de yaba.
Sammy, you see, dom. Where message say bana any number say hano. Okay, we are. Ofe Maswa say, good morning, KB. Watching the show live at Abuaseto, Akropong. Honorable, God bless you. And you've won in advance. And if free, Ofe Maswa. Citizen Joshua Kofi.
They remind me of Oyomo and can for no way I can Oyomo so near and two abano. No, where dear you, no. One come, but KB answer now because so let me also share my views, Kaka. In the coming weeks, men and anonymous will be doing community. And the MPP as a party, we have held this constituency since '96 in Lusuda. It's about time, I guess, also we think development for this constituency. Look, there were several towns within Akuapem. Let me take out Adonting, because one day they are in a different constituency.
That's right.
But that of Benkum, Jase, Konti, Nifawo, Okre. So let me take these three out of the five, because out of the five, now I don't think it's in a different constituency. Nifa is in a different constituency. That's okay. But Binkum, Jase, and Kronti.
And then put the paramount seat itself.
That's the paramount seat itself. No? I believe it's about time I also hear strategic. We are creating more and more employment. And for me, my biggest vision, if I become MP, is to how to create jobs for the young people. And share the arrangement in this constituency. You call Lower Hill. Also, when you BB, I want they bring to the table. And also, the farmlands and they're very fertile. And see, if you want to go into the large scale farming and mechanized farming, let the Lower Hill people bring that. If one of the towns happens to develop it for it to be the hotels and the hospitality center, let's be strategic and do that. Ofa baby to say Manfi. If we say Manfi, more of the center for training for TVET near there. So more of the skill training. Ofa town by town, ofa tutu what you want to do there. Ofa latte. For me, the entire range, you don't even have a spraying booth. But a lot of vehicles are applied this route. It's in a kind of a so-called spirit, baby.
Usually they go to Somanya, another constituency.
So way outside the Akuapem. Now, if you get something for that people, let's say our latter areas, you're developing it also with some of these entrepreneurship areas. They know once this word they are bringing. Almost everybody will be fighting for the same thing.
Scrambling for attention and all that.
We have so many things to be proud of. We have a teaching hospital in the constituency. Eba healthcare, you want to look at Mampong because already they have the infrastructure. You want to modernize it for a honor to look good and for you to attract people coming there. And then again, I'm municipal chief executive. I will lead an aggressive drive in also linking Akropong into other sister cities outside Ghana. To patch up with about 2-3 cities. Maybe one in the Scandinavia. Maybe in the Denmark area. You have one from Asia. Whether you are using Japan or you are using China, one city from there. Now for one from North America. What it means is that we no build our relationship now. About things charity near they can ship them to you easily. You use that to also develop also facilities. And with the cultural exchange program, it brings development. And it showcases Ghana, this particular constituency, and what we do to the outside world. You are linking this place to the rest of the globe without you not even thinking about it.
Putting it on the international.
So I used just 1 year to rebrand the NLA by taking them back to the global map and making here a place of destination for the World Lottery. And when it shouldn't take you much, kasapa, kasade. And once you have the backing of the traditional authority, they get excited when they see the rich display of culture.
As a form of endorsement.
As a form of endorsement.
Yeah.
Look, I am confident that within a year, if I ever become an MP,
which of course you are going to become,
strategizing this stakeholder engagement will be on the table and what we can do to turn this place around. Because the more people are also coming here, they are citing factories. It will create opportunities for people. And then crime is on the rise at Barima. This was a place that people knew that they are very calm near my, but desperation was setting because they come a woman. May I imagine some site an astroturf. We share him crow, Namse no, young fan share Akropong. Already pressed before a very big institution. Into one college of education. One we sat down with the moderator and at the leadership of the Presby Church, together with Nana and Penny. Then we came to an arrangement. Okay, I'm going to facilitate the building of it from A to Z. But Presby, before they have the land.
As stakeholders, yeah.
Stakeholders. It's theirs. One lander. And the landlords of the place. So once you have this tripartite team, so we got the place. Now, yesterday I've signed the basic arrangements and all. They've started working on it. It's my hope, sir, by the end of the year, we should have a state-of-the-art astroturf with certain capacity for the people of Akropong-Akuapem. And the size now, maybe our building is a size that can host a Premier League.
Wow.
So the designs, something, my vision is, then going forward, you can get a team that is based here in playing soccer.
To also open up our sports, nurture the sports talent and all that.
Then nurture the talent, and then we move on.
To produce international sports.
Wow. Because if this constituency, the late Chelsea, for one academic coach, me offer Uncle Esiedu Ofimu in Chepi. He was an academic coach for Chelsea. His son was also no assistant coach for Belgium for one team, Club Brugge was there. Now, Wababe assistant coach for the Starlets was a coach for the Starlets.
From our area here.
From our area here. So getting them to help you set up a team in an academy. Once you have this infrastructure built, you will see that.
Not to cut you, me no say you Ophir Royals FC Ukrumha.
Fantastic.
Baby, but you no problem into the Kwakakra and Rasi no Akuapem penny for Kotnasia or training or Akuapem Park. And so Akuapem Bibia, they say Osa Pake na Ochinchi. There's a team we can in the future absorb
easily, and it's not a problem. And once you also have the leadership about the municipal authorities. One's also helping us link up with the sister cities relationship. Mind you, when you travel, what America they do is they export their sports and their culture. They've made sure say all musicians are better. If it's not up to the US standard, Nippon is not a musician. It's psychological. So that is why countries would like to say, oh, yeah, invited Beyonce, Jay-Z, say almost 99% of foreign musicians when they are coming to perform are Americans. But they may be black. Then the next thing they do is they add their sports, basketball. So we also have to be deliberate in what we want to export to the outside world. There are some of our places, and also, we need to look at our land tenure system, the land administration here in Akuapem. There are some places you can demarcate, except for the elite. Prices are what they because they will be paying more in terms of property rate. Where you are taking money from the rich to develop your poor areas. Why?
You say, and some are working therefore, these are things we have been articulating, and I'm happy to say we are a young man with such a modern mind and a modern mindset, as you say. Oh, we are able to say Kwamoso.
That's right.
The then President Nkrumah edges for state land proximity. Say import the whole Ghana vegetables. Akuapem for Nigeria.
True.
From here to Accra and say.
Afe,
you have
less than an hour.
Thank you. Amanokrom. Okwa omo estate or ye mare kwampim twae. Na akɔhwɛ akwan egu hɔ asɛe. Bimsa MC wa asɛe. What do we akɔhwɛ adan egu hɔ? Na property rate, what do we ahwɛ ahia obenya? Street light have you provided for them? How you zoom photos, but I think say 10 year working.
Once a year strategy.
You just go in there.
You can go in for a partnership with a bank. Look, thank you. Many people, AJD say they can onya baby at the atmosphere is serious. Here we have good weather. There are some parts where Akropong-Akuapem and I know you need a pullover because weather is like Europe. Into how you
find a baby making weather.
Fantastic. I don't know, sir. No. That's what to Tony me. So, like, yes, okay. Hey, you develop this place to look like this. Where you are the moment I obey some amenities and you trust us in our news, I know they trust a hype. AU Village, a hype and packaging. And no, but the reason I was talking about the land tenure system is every tongues are left, right, center, and there's no strategy. The by the utins will be a down or half. We will be see at twice or three. We will be see at twice or two. So there's no coordination. But when you want to say, okay, hey, the Charlie estate, Ura Kitase, opposite Pediasel of represent Akuffo. Once and home developing inside
Springfield, yeah.
We can have 100 Springfields up this reach.
But I want him to say, we share Akuapem offer. From here, Eko see Okrasi. Where Asase that also developing.
That's right.
But just say and Asase Akuapem nyina Akuapem of because a free Kitasiba residential or me adwuma nkran my better weather nti no ko. Say baby aka betima industrial hub. Near developing a Akuapem of.
That's true. And that is more of the lower hill. And that is you are talking about right from Manfred down, Tinkong, Kwamoso, straight to Okrasi.
Adjoining to Koforidua.
Yes, Adjoso side. But you realize that from Okrasi going, I am commercial. But before Okrasi, between Manfred, who sang people now.
Safro.
And Safro, that is where you can then decide whether you want to do industrial hub or you want to do mechanized farming. If it's vegetable, we make it but to the national table. Now I'm saying, let's identify our area of competitive advantage.
What will be noted for?
What will be noted for.
That's right.
Because Odon Sakotu to be BP1, a jack of all trade, master of none. But one of the biggest areas that can bring revenue to this municipality will be in the area of agriculture and real estate. Because you want the atmosphere, you want the environment. So you have a good system to administer lands na yen ko ne nkransa se to ne bi e ton ma nipa 3
na mansonya de ye
na everyday langas gina so with second nkontima ade I think we'll go far. And the young people are Akropong and Akuapem. I believe that the future can only be bright. I'm a I'm a game boy. Once the thing makes sense, I'm willing to invest in it. And I believe that collectively we can develop here.
Sabe, interview no, I'm say I'm a come
Oh,
so I say, what for the tougher?
Say, I say, my old internet, so they ba miss me, yano.
I'm going to for say Sabi Awuku. More modeshe, more fast, more bibia. I rent him more than war born put on free bra. Penny Eddie NLA share in sa, not the good courses by. Make us say, you may do dona and I buy and put them hat. Nano, may I many tia, a year to police station, and yet net, and another much for Mobuni Manfo na was there be a one body a year. 10 cordia moye, minim say, or also the Sako Tuma, one soma, and they warboa. We have Presby school, I war mafia. Ohese na ye MC school no free CC ni hu any major innovation 100 years ni na no kohese ni wasi abeye ho sami de
toilet so Amanfo
thank you
20-seater modern toilet
one new road no
and bypass so mechanized boreholes by 5
wow
and we want to do more and say no per se youth no so maje asase go so di on komo ni aye a modern spray booth.
And the young Fakane call so many animadi and one say, hey, no, almost a human wow,
I say, do September, the near Briano. I hand it over to them. Now, one will manage it, then they set some aside
for maintenance,
and I can answer the ash.
Wow,
I think, sir, your boy, home bit by bit.
Sammy, anybody come on, another person of Canada, whatever, Munyamako for Madana, Nana, Abe, one can be Nana. Umpo today.
Boko.
Na me hu sami ama hu nam zana apesa maka we na.
No kwari ni me ankasa.
Ba obebam ma yanya hu bi wa na ye ne nkasa. Yes ebre. Sami aten wa so obe hu voice ya. Why? Mama no pay mo achi.
Yes.
Na umpo today.
Na me adom.
Yo.
I want to.
Yakubu adarmo ye ho. Sama hu ni bago. Wa hu ni bago.
Mabrewa. Mama mo to sabi na to constituency mo.
Ewa. Yo. Mrs. Felicia Awuku na no pay yensaka na ene kasa Felicia Ajiman Awuku owo me na era sami Awuku ne na owo no na wabeye nhira na wabeye adoma ma Ghana man eni Akuapem. Mama, ye da asini edi kan se odi enu asami ache. Me ba jo temeka. Edi kan ye da wase se Nyakopo na mo so de sami abeche. Me ba cho mama jina ye kakra na se dede bi wo ba bia wo no. Aha. Me ba cho Twumhene afiri no kakra de ente won kan ye na aha. Aha. Na mama obasame waye ka chire na oda emma mu ni nuanum ye mma ne ade. Kame bi fa aba no oba no wo no na wonim so bedun pempe so awaduru yi. Eya nwanwa.
Asemu.
Mama ka sa me chire.
Nyame na nkasa de. Ai se nyame na de ne be che me ni. Obapa ne manga me ka se jabe wi ase nyina bu. Ebi se me hwe no ma odin di odi na chi no oba tese di mi a ho no di le. Na me ni se ba wo kura o to say 6 years interval. Asa na no me be wo. Enti no kura ni na ma wo ma na to aso afọ. Enti na ti me nyin se ye no na me bon pai se rade we be manya babe mana. Enti me man sakra de bra me hu ya ka mama o se ma yes. O se we de wo o be ma ye be ma be friend Sam Samuel. O ba se be friend na wa na we ni si. Ti no kwen me wo no to no e Samuel ni dance sa. Ti be Israel rade say nyansa o de ma Samuel ne rade no mu. Ne rade mani hu no.
Of Sami no na me hu se ni jaba san se emia nan ene manya barima ne nua mansa to the Sami dada abusua ejade naji atum na Sami kwada bremu no na hu no yesa kodo onyu obeto ka no ona ma no bisa ka taibo hu Sami mbofra bremu na opaja na hu de na hu se na hu se ni kire
for no kremi e fine mbofra mu bad no ne na disua no ne ade tembia wo se oya head so ya head oyo bia osano se odidi krokra buku kai bibia wo say brother also brother in fact with the so class Adam friend brother onu anu nyina it said dia no also say bibi o me so go forward also move forward wa said dia ahead of it's na me so being a teacher and in fact na me encourage him
and Sami a friend dom
no foresight okay
mama to asie tio
you also know foresight it's not I have to encourage you now if you say me kai say at the age of 6 my brother Penny late professor Ajimai Kivas obesraye na summation name of an so Uncle Kofi also yes also that me challenge seriously okay tell me what Uncle Kofi that me challenge the mother say na no so say na nation do so nation say I don't know
Sami Fred Dom Sami hu wodo so o Fred Dom ne hu wodo oya mofra sana na oya mofra Akuffo Twumhene no sana tenen
okay
oya mofra nyina na o Fred Dom say ne Sami hu nipa Ghana fana nyina je so bia Sami
na bo say go for this age but me one thing is said no kre no no anu nyina no na they were moving together. Send no no shan on the man ko be bia na atwini di nati e di won wati man ko bia na atwino the time bia so nipa person oni ni be hia di abum time bia nipa person oni ni be hia abum no no so no anko people say you experimental but one e wo madonna no ne obi a say ode no be hia ni.
Wow. Mama, Sami, I don't know if I have a friend up here.
Oh, you're the brother and Pessia. Any consumer for enough food.
No, now, yeah, when you say, Sami, then no have a friend, Obeka say, oh, yeah, okay, say, oh, yeah, for ya, Dibia, a Jimmy Sam, Minister Bano was saying, yes, and him there, Obeka be potting beer. Oye ya betimi akai we abeka kra obesre anaze efumso bi odi ya ubone makakra se teacher for the matter mama
no brother the brother anya bone ya me be fi no se me kai se that group bi pen na jama ko tran bike so ni papa ni brain so em say no fi school but papa ni brain so since then na oye obi oye hard working I saw the young brother not to but tell me, I don't know or your principal person or you'll be a or can't say ya and one on. Then I feel my phone throw no money at the idea on pet on a bravo. I know you'll be so or good heart. But we are there no castle idea we are at the umia. In fact, we UNICEF one on pet ubia me life for no yet to be at your
Mama, and now Osha Oba Sami Awuku a Mama, o think kaden?
Oh, there may be kind of say rather me that was it. So me be the what fan home a rather man a bench.
Mama, anape yani Sami de komo na braba so ni ene Obra Akwantu ekunwe obetina mu. Chese na braba so ni emabun be so be afre ni che wakanse me muye hwam ensema ema arehim bebre e de a kire firi wakoma muton den na pese wo ka kire oba na mama santi enhira ben enkuranhye ben firi wakoma muton ya ma minute be mienu ka be kire oba na yenzorezo
enhira so na pese me ka kire brother and say, and answer family say, Uncle Swan fan home to me, Uncle Ponso. Maybe a radia campano, a radi, a man in Ramuman. Uncle Swan some rain on was it. A man, Uncle Ponoman was so man in penny for any you, any you. Let me son of so. But the other now they see the radiman in Insra. Then I have no sooner any more can be or beco. Then Yaman Coco Jano so one or by your cell phones.
I'm out of way, Waka and Sembe, brother. You say, no, Mamma, can then I catch your mama.
I said, already teaching our child for 40 years.
Wow.
She can't go wrong. Miss Madonna said, Utiminya, Mammy be Uncle Bear bottle. Your Utiminya parents be Uncle Bear bottle. But for her to believe in me, I will also so know a woman by and has been a pillar. For me, I am my biggest cheerleader. And I keep saying, it's my first girlfriend. Yeah, won't come also, Madonna said. Now, about time by your ban or any, the rest is for me to fly. And oh man, childhood name I bring in a combination the way I love people. Bibia my be pain, Malton ice water, Malton say near there. And in a typical family, there will be times near my Akuffo, because things were good before I was born. But when I was born, along the way, in the I elected some of my supportive family by selling things. And near me, can be, and I make sure I do it to the best of my ability. And the already made that say, the bit I could do plantain.
Yeah, that's right, never DB. Also, what's happening? How?
Oh, what's happening?
I am the Aquania could do. Yes, from na Obrenity. What are Roma? Sir. Okay. Yes, what try bicycles now? You free can
Charlie, Sika is in Vanco School and DB pocket here. Go
high bicycle.
Says Saturday, the fans.
Time with the time down with the okay, I will. Abes. Na edena Emma wunya resemu ene probably say Abes esna what the oka say bia say campaign manager only say campaign manager na
me campaign
now you dey
me campaign manager but me say asem
chief architect
ai
asem na mommy aka ni nyina no kwari ni basrefo nyom yo se na tete pohwehwe no eno na abemu me nua yo tie yi okwapanga nya de papa me je dis onya awe kra se me reba interview tie fo nya awe se enye se bia oye interview na o ma plan say me so make bi it's a surprise because o hwe me particular me no ana mache na me hu ni pa bi woni ma bu Akuapem Dennis Abreso make I those days Dennis here MC wa ha no afre me apese organize ahemfo no monkosa mi wo no mbeje Akuapem si ne nanso no ma organize ahemfo from Bosman se latte mampon ni fi by 6 am ne woni fi papa wo ye papa bi a na me ka che no timma woni mu no etos because obi ani get no hu pe ne ti bi obesere wa kire me se me particular person me ha ne papa ni shu nyina me shemu but me feel say in a party je ke ba kwa ba ha me bible any ma this ready me this ne say onua no ade cha Yakopon dia be fa ni mu achi Akuapem mu oyi di onkan bi won so mu papa mayen no nja enkai emu Akuapem esa ne say o meye me de minim say ye bie nomination a obeko ma me ka so say me nchiro as a chief and as a journalist in parliament there be me koye the story be efa me nua Barima no a whole deputy majority leader in parliament afenyo market otwe mi ko gina nchen o say ase me de me ntumi nka bi o ye me nua pe ba wo se ma koye majority leader deputy to dey so almost MPs in parliament support your brother way eti me hu ni pa bi woni mu na hu se mampon ni Akuapem ye nya de pa din so ni mu ye the last time we interested the last 1 month ye MP Honorable Nana Madukua. Oshiame. Na Honorable Dokua Shiame a so when you so badger my when you Honorable badger my what they were don't we got mangani teacher. You got my teacher. It is no way the gankano. Now man some no no or you'll be a young more than a choke up mine. Muma yen sunimuye. Na party executives need the nature yes no. Na quite no fano. Onye enye inkai emuka. Make the soup man kosoro. So if you grow up oba afashe yen mampung no carry back up and you know anka yen go into me. A facts at the ho. Can to me you that a humujra. Eti wabu up manga made in America chen say nyamin canon no man yamin dini kind. Na yebe koso atine echi na yenim say onu de odokapman be kwachiri do ri obu afuka ase mi kire me years ago me ne opa ka che me say opese odokapman ma papa yi o so up tu kwan ba na papa ya kodi youth organizer o say ni nti obese akobi o nti na do ri obu afu call for the third time ko Lucien no yes on ko bi o but o so buy no
no kutakutama let me say something about something that people don't know. Na mene samene same abrante on another office ni kokroi kokoi what's the name? Yes. Abo. Me no na same shia e shia I think abase choba during campaign time. Na emu ho ano NM say essential bo so kan na ba bi. Now, because say made two coin for the first time. I need to say this. Now, Madam Fibo NC or that's so on an adjoa. My question is, me ticket or so check me must have me a bow. So are you serious? Me wa na me nim de man save ni panidino. Me nya call us some me fama na. Me ni share me kan me kire no. Some me fama na e fa bi so so travel ticket no. Enti na na adjoa me dance ni. And nippon of frame say me sami 8 or see me fa sika imano na FB so to tickets. And that was the first time I experienced him na mani shi ehunu.
Ti ne krakra na meka ne say me de also me ya hensem. Nti me da me na mili na me ma hensem. Nti also me no me yo hene. But if I'm catching is a minye Akuapem me yo sabar ma kwa me tu date. Me ya pesa maka. Nti me de minim say me na milim but Akuapem ye nya de.
No, opening Papa na manya na munisia. You see, some ba ni akabi. Miss Kukum. Wa na kabisi ya say. You say ukolo school. School fees. I'm saying me for bimro. Nesoso. And all I'm saying is, Akuapem manya ni papa. Mo sorry mu. Na enema bebre ene wo ni trem ni koma mu. Na eda na koma so ba ye e de amamu. Ete yenhwe na yenfa yentu ye pani se baby ehye no wan fa hye ho a efrito ye ka say ya second vice chairperson and second vice chairman the MPP e wo constituency yera Enokatram zoro room zoro ye mo achi
that's eja
na pom today
adom ahweye any experience
oh yeah asa be ma kan messages and Akuffo dia bai bebre pa ya brome so we say City Joshua Kofi say my capo my supremo highest office also the salute name Posse Flex or they also the supremo also Emma Safans Nana Kwame Safuro so Emma thumbs up Victor Hene na say please ask Uncle Sammy how he transformed NLA waka wasem kakra bi na ne betina sa shada kan NLA no wasem ne brain ambo an sa wofa K say amofa K watch you live inside testing then this should give us a break in this country. We form employment association during their term in office. It was Honorable Akuffo and also a campaign man Honorable Akuffo or say I don't pay for a salon besemete or say commander and a Richard Odrua chap was a boys are break couple good morning commander or also a mouse afans no Boafo George say good morning media supremo streaming live from Adenta. The future of Ghana depends much on agriculture because it is a driving force and sustainability for economic transformation, development, food security, and improve livelihood. The best man to lead the agricultural transformation. Oh, and then I'm there. Okay, that's fine. Be afraid, say very intelligent man, and also a boss. And I say the Tuma Bobby Bismarck Adams, keep the good works, boss. And Richard Odro Champions, excellent brace. You're quite anymore. Be afraid as I was Awuku. Just break the Okuman views. A record of 29 views. Fantastic. John Kakari, the wisdom Awuku is talking. I want him to become the MP in my area one day. No, John Kakari, no, do we have. Commander, I think you don't need to consult anyone. The phone is already white, ready to have it. So kindly act fast. And here, Richard Odro Champion. Tilly Obri Yeboah. I am Tilly from Akropong. God bless you, couple, for the good thought you have for Akuapem of constituency. Baby ya dakwa. Baby ya odi ede men kind. Baby men kind with no. Baby men kind with no. Women organizer at the constituency no. Baby ya dakwa. Or say we pray for grace and long life, brother. You are destined to do greatness. Mr. Samia Awuku and pray or then also I mean no man Felicia. Ya baby work with the I body any control me work with DB. That's how come in. And we also Professor Dr. Benz Nopoku, Miami boss. Also, well said. Keep on doing your hard work, but please don't change when you become MP for Akuapem North. Open your door to everyone all the time, as you are doing now. God bless you, my brother. Professor Poku Benson, the industrialist, and I pray Odewe Mao. Now I say I'm watching it live from Kofi so Sela Alexander Kwaisi Kapo, the man, the myth, the legend. Hashtag Ofie. And I don't know to know. Now Kwame Asante, my brother and Amanfo. And also Kobe Pong. I don't pay on there. I'm watching it live from. Thank you very much, Kwame. Ofie. Send a near money see econo. Professor Foku Benson, then I chime pa. Ose send your usiteno na obia do no bia ben no. Ose obia mpia. Onka say committee, my brother, my father, ose obia sana.
I think that too many if nipa no ho na when you change, the people will change their voting towards you. So what's the sign? So what's the sign? Say what to abano. Na one would name is catch the way I'm to opposition. Me power has not changed me. Me drive I'm in a chassis from opposition.
On one and one
time biano or Chianam Tenenchen or front.
Now one come
the bon come out throughout.
Wow.
And he's a driver I've kept from 2015 to date. Until me changing and I just said John also called pension.
Just be a conservative person.
Very. And me power so you're transient. Power is very unreliable. It's answer and you know nipa no bibi na wo mu nti no woto abama. Ti won ne na sesa also so no obesesa how related towards you. To me the power is one thing that never really attracts me because it can confuse you. And my false sense is say oh you ever powerful. You need former businessman by your former politician. Businessman they obetima tenemu throughout their life. But politician they every time a so-called renewal mandate, a social contract. I'm saying any former businessman, be your former politician. Former MP, former minister, former MC,
former president.
Former president. But you don't have former businessman. You don't have former journalist. In the end, because a renewal of mandates every time, at all material point in time, I say, no, it's na once when you are sorry, she will or donna or muno. Still, I was saying, tenacity. Me nipa na me bon pie so say me nsesa and I don't look forward to changing. Se Yakopon e madonam be DMP wa ha. I may not serve for a long time. I'm not a fan of being in one position for a long time.
You want to set everything well, and
then when the fire is gone down, you leave it for somebody with a new mandate,
a new energy. Wow. NLA, one say open term, say Obreno. NLA, how did you do it? Because Akuffo said NLA who acquire Kono, Nano Adana Africa, and I'm saying association in the world. Nano, what is 60 years? World lottery president. What did you tell you? Tell us the story. No, for baby, I froze be no. Now you froze be now why be was so be that.
In fact, President Mami appointment on the 31st of July. My entire NLA till the 9th of August. I spending 9 to 10 days outside there. I didn't get in there. So when you say you appointment at the next day, no. I needed to profile the institution from afar. There's a meaning of our pass it through the system. When I go even though Akuapem Krana, me of Uncle Aduyobo, now a former director for sales.
Oh, NLA
and marketing. Yes.
DNL.
Yes. No. Also, I'm out time.
Oh, okay. That's recently.
Yes, so chief of staff for Twumhene.
Oh, yeah, lawyer Aduyobo. Yes.
Lawyer.
Yes.
Then there were so many people many ones also to train come also outside the place. I took my time to profile all the people and I'm on Kwakoyejuma. So my first day at work, KB, then we profiling me team then I connect. Parkway says, okay, Parkway say, but I had a fair idea of the people I know go head office and those who are doing what and those who do what. And it shaped my mentality. And my very first day there, I catch on said, me a politician. My first engagement with the staff at a staff debate, the very first week I'm a choir. I say I've come there to make new friends. I'm not there to inherit people's enemies. And you know, me neutral so because my deputy communications director for a party, youth leader, and an organizer. To Baba catch him, so all of a sudden, no, me neutral, I mean neutral. But 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., let's work for Ghana. After 5 p.m., we end this senior NLA. You can carry the biggest umbrella. Now they are called Mahama and Awuku Swamp for that time. And our MPP news, you can come talk to me about young parties development.
After 5.
After 5. But 8 to 5, don't confuse it. And may separate revenue, any business from the politics. Right from day one, they too want to say me neutral. No? They also appreciated my honesty. And to the MPP people, they have a big responsibility because it is our government, and I'm a product of the government. Into one boy, for us to be able to serve and turn the place around. Now, if NPP ni AABB and I'm able to come after him, then then that means you have to stand well and make sure that you also have that mindset, so you are willing to help me deliver. So it started from there. And then I realized they had an attitude that almost do 9:30, 10. But now at 12 p.m. no, you could dinner. It's okay. Then I started by getting to work at 6:37. 8 a.m. Then I started to go around the offices. Oh, maybe I can hello Achel. Maybe Achel 8:15 I should be around. Maybe I be a KB niwa. Oh, now hena not now. I'm so KB. Okay. And about catch and said Director General Bar. It's Miss Oma. Then the first week they thought it was a 1 week wonder. Then it became a 2 weeks wonder. Became a 3 week thing. I said no, Akwawe he means business. And when Oba they say the Director General Bashusha also bra. The psychological trauma you go through
before you even get there,
as you go through and the NLA compound are very big, and the DG Secretariat now, because of our relationship with the military, on the NLA's premises there's a police post because it's a revenue generating body. Then we also have the military because we run the Veterans Lottery game. That's VAG.
VAG, okay.
And see, back to the DG Secretariat, you see police, you see military. It's one of the nightmare. So I realized that they didn't like it. So then they would prefer to come early.
To avoid that.
Obi to me banana ne combo no pocket. So we realized we may even cry. Then it became part of their culture from the second month. Then I said they had been so divided along NDC and PP lines.
Very porous.
Very porous. And you were judged by party coup time at Yefa with Jumanum. I said, you know what? We need to have some team bonding exercise. So we use the customer service week. There was a day we had to dress tropical, a day where you wear your school, you wear your desk. Then we had games. started promoting that team building exercise. Then I had to do reassignment. So now see new people around them to further bond with each other. But now at the NLA, by 7:40, 7:45, about 80 to 90% of the staff are there.
Wow.
And I'm penning, so I'm a to our management members. Now, we are no more. I had 39 years. In fact, we are 38. So by the time I started DNL on the NLA, but I think it's all about leadership. Respectfully, you communicate your disagreement with them. You also let them realize, oh, but there's a new sheriff in town. And I will say you have to respect authority. And I don't lord over them. Me know it's like family. What I don't know, me feel shy to ask them. Because mention lottery as a course, meaning Trebi. But I believe there was the potential to generate more revenue for Ghana. Into where I mean, say there are problems. Okay, we know committee and no more use terms. Say break it down. I mean, and where I don't understand, I'm afraid. In fact, some pahine, Dr. Jemfi, he was the immediate past director of operations.
Okay.
So I also saw me, sir, share me the rudiment of the NLA's game and what we do. It is that gradually, I realized that management members now. Once they want me man instructions, so you have to get to work at 8, says it, because they felt so small boy or bad. It's no problem. So the strategy was to fix management meetings for 8:30. So meaning you have to get to work early before you can come for management meeting. So me 8:30 now I'm already seated. So I'm about, oh DJ, sorry am I late? Now DJ, then we and 8:30 I start. Until what only no department maybe some issues first. So then it continued the second month, third month, because I instituted the monthly management meeting. So now everybody comes to work 8, latest 8:15 management members are there. Latest 8:30.
There's a new paradigm shift.
Then after a year, I moved the management meeting from the 8:30 to 10. Because in any case, they come early already. Then I had to repackage the NLA for the Ghanaian people. Because lottery is about good causes. When I went there, they had their good causes, no friend or special project. Special project is vague. Because social the Act 722, also as part of the conduction of lotto and lottery, there should be a special lottery that its proceeds will be geared towards supporting the poor, the orphan, the destitute, the physically and the mentally afflicted. When I decided to rename it Good Causes Foundation. Because my trips to Ivory Coast, I realized that every town they have something to show.
Say lottery for the DBC hall.
It be a school, a toilet, a hospital, a same. Then I asked, why are we not able to do same? Meanwhile, we had spent over 20 million the previous year on special project, but as you can't get to any town or be point to say
lottery for the DBC.
Say there should be a strategy to link these good causes to your sales. Because if in this area you be even borehole, now for these lotto marketing companies, not during the commission, they are part, they also feel say, Akuffo will be trying on when winning. They've seen the locality. So I linked the good causes towards the sales and the marketing. Then from there, I realized the NLA had been taken out of the African Lottery Association. 1, for our inactivity. 2, for not adhering to the standards. And 3, not pursuing good causes and responsible gaming. Wow. Until I had to take a couple of trips to Ivory Coast because the Ivorian Director General, Mr. adopt him as my godfather because on winning. And he was the president of the African Lottery Association.
Okay. So didn't work on your band.
Didn't work on your band. French and I mean to be candidate, so I had an interpreter.
Okay.
Then gradually he also came to like me and waived Ghana's charges near Deno and pushed for Ghana to be readmitted into African Lottery Association. And then I told him that maybe I but I want to start a Good Causes Foundation like once will be. The Ivorians also call it Good Causes Foundation. Okay. Then they gave me the seed money of 30 million CFA also. That's equivalent to $60,000. as a seed money for me to start the NLA's Good Causes Foundation.
Wow.
See, that was the journey with the Ivorians. And then I also used their connections to help me get back into the World Lottery Association. So in Morocco last year, then I bid for Ghana to host the African Lottery Association on responsible gaming. Then they wanted Ghana to give them a date. So remember date, when I returned to Ghana. I'm the president, so per time on the schedule. So
bet me aboa
because NLA will be 60 years. The president shared a calendar on us, so the 9th of December. So then I communicated 7th of December to the African Lottery Association. Meaning that when they are in town, they can have their event on the 8th. Then they can also bring me more car. No answer me the car and bus for all these DGs to the NLA for NLA at 60. Then on the 10th, they can go for sightseeing. On the 11th, they go to their country. Why? Because the African Lottery Association, when they are hosting their seminar, they fund everything, A to Z. The accommodation of their DGs, the fleet of vehicles. Lottery is a mafia game, and they control resources. Budget baby, I'm push actions away African Lottery Fund. So basically, we took care of the event I organized here on our compound.
That's a smart way.
And I wasn't going to waste time to go and invite this dignitary, and I can't come. And we are coming for your African Lottery Association seminar. And by extension, you'll be in Ghana at that time. So we got the right to host it in May last year, and for us to have the event in December. Then we went for World Lottery Association summit in Canada. Now, it was their re-election period. The woman who was president, Madame Rebecca Paul, was seeking re-election. So I had to tell her, as a Ghana, they support 100%. Say, somehow DBM. So, come here, calculation, what them was no, I'm not betting me a winnable here help kaka. So I was more or less in charge of her African campaign at the summit. And I convinced my other African colleagues who couldn't make it. I took their proxy votes because I reached out to them and said, "Me package votes in the man." I said, "Madam, you need to can be and you beat me the boy on your vote." She's
an organizer,
and she's an American from Tennessee and controls about She's been able to raise $6 billion to support education in Tennessee.
Wow.
So the woman also took me as a son, campaigned me be man in Canada. So to abano winning we ya call thank you rounds there. I'm the tomb so Ghana be for your 60th anniversary. Now the president will be very glad to see that World Lottery Association president will be in Ghana. So she was going to think about. So at the General Assembly, wrapping up the summit, then I formally put before the General Assembly of the WLA. And the president said, "Sammy, I'm definitely coming to Ghana."
Wow.
And so the rest of the executives who had not been to Africa before, was the first time as WLA boss visiting Africa.
And for that matter, Ghana.
And once WLA ever event, they were also funding their own trip. African Lottery leadership having their own seminar here, they were also funding their own trip. So it's like killing 3 birds with one stone. And then I said, then let's make the summit, the seminar, a WLA, ALA seminar on responsible gaming. So then WLA also brought its partners from Europe, European Lottery Body and this and that. So I had almost over 100 foreign guests in Ghana. And about 40 of them were from North America and Europe, with the rest being African DGs. So even though I'm the youngest among the Director Generals across the world, I think we did a good job here in Ghana.
Sammy, yes, sir.
Packaging. Instagram, made to believe. So we package Ghana for them. And then the SSA program, and I'm saying, no, after their seminar, which was on the 8th, had a nice reception. They saw a part of Accra, which is the larger top on Accra by night. Then the 9th, they experienced a rich display of the NLA's history at the NLA at 60 with the president in attendance and all. Then the December, I said it's important they also visit a World Heritage Site. So we took them to Cape Coast Castle, where they came face to face with the misery and the capacity of man to commit evil. Bonea, and there, WLA also committed, said we need to also do something for one of the slave castles.
Wow.
So I think towards the western part of the country, there's a fort there that we are going to renovate as part of good causes. So one of the things I want to learn from her, how she's been able to use lottery to raise revenue to support education.
Wow.
And last year alone, World Lottery Association estimates that member bodies, including Ghana, supported the world with $94 billion through good causes.
Wow.
$94 billion. And I had the pleasure of introducing I introduced my WLA boss to our Member of Parliament, Anamadoko.
Wow.
Yes. And I told the WLA boss, that's my MP. And a lady who is also strong, sharp. So I did that. I'll show you that picture. I think it was in circulation at a point.
Wow.
Because we are one people.
Couple. Now, but I can tell you for a fact, say, Maso of him.
So not
me na cry. No time. Oh yeah, let me cram the day. Thank you.
For almost midnight. Finance.
Let me cram. We born research. Eti Maso of him. Na Amanfo na kasa. Na it might not be the appropriate platform, but I think the MP sweaty. That may be ano. MP nani achire baby a matete na mahu na kukuo mu nkomo bi a my chance upon no. I will say this. Yemfa we yi ko no ko contest some na me the America. Enti more or less Yakopon ayawie.
Say you be a nomination there. And when I'm done with my consultation, I'll also engage my MP.
That's all right. That's all right. And I'll pay at you for Yura Sami Awuku Kwabena. Say, oh, yeah, Kwabena.
Tuesday, Papa.
Thank you. Couple. Boys are bread. Obi a bit.
Oh, I'm a chairman for how?
Chairman Bekabi. Chairman, no agreement with that Obekabi. Now, over here, upon Alfred, was good morning on the kind of shot. Or didn't ho catch Kwajo Bumpo say, my couple, my supreme Bakope. No size, God bless you. Long live Akuapem, long live Ghana. As Amwa Paku says, good morning, the couple, incoming MP for Akuapem of Latte. The people is waiting for you. Latte for the train. One more but
that thing's here to one amount. I also do know, Sir Ben Kumene, Sido call Latte. On Akuapem is also at the home come to one amount. Myself, so I've been following up. In fact, and no no pampo kwa many rose ministers also san kan wase bibia na say bi ba Akuapem na ye be pribia ba and say mkosu chair education minister eko brure manya 16 teaching appointment slots for the people here they want letters amount ye timi dey anu atuma boy bi mo afile forms as support them all the various security agencies from here within the last 2 years. And BBB was a pre-B bahano.
Yes, I believe. Now, no, just as a 4 by year a year, as I'm no mock. But hey, say, oh, yeah, tell me how busy shadow. Time I become management meeting. It's oh, but tell the master what happened that day? How did you do it?
I'm saying, no, about one session.
Yo.
Then I realized some years ago, now, when I was joined, the municipality, money or Akuffo.
Yo.
Nadam Botre was also assisting in organizing one mock near day. Because my friend said, come on mathematical set just a day or two before one main exams. The tension I actually on my compass going to be useful. But what the bonus dish I say from Mocha. How be construct a circle with the aid of a compass.
Circumference,
I don't know. Inti my thinking is na you fan show us. You mock. It may find who can about one marking scheme, the exam questions, papers, and also motivation for the education director. And per se an annual thing. And then looking forward, say teachers near this also no anything I beat my abo also with training and refresher courses maybe to help them. Me pesi build one big united family. I woke up in my and I'm clearing my mind. I've told you, say I won't be an MP for long.
But you from the package,
I do not think, say, if I ever become an MP, may more than 2 terms.
Yeah, because in Akuffo, my name will be everybody tells me the guy looks like a presidential material someday.
Oh, young can't win for now. But my nature, say not far for long. And then if you contributing a bit, then you leave. Because you don't want a situation where, look, by the second term, now predominantly should be done.
Now, what prepare will be so
because the first time vote will be very high. Because people also vote based on hope. First, I'll cover 10 to 15 funerals every weekend. You become an MP. Other engagement in parliament, committee work.
Committee to quiet for research.
First now 15 funerals a weekend. Say so better about 10. People will not forgive you for not attending. Be an answer. Sorry, near this is not to me copy committee work near dinty so better about form, and you won't satisfy everybody who voted for you. Until the second term, no, it's automatic that the vote will reduce. Until if you change, now some to also quarter that it keeps reducing. Fourth, it will come down, and you get to a time that they will remove you. They loved you before you came. Let them love you when you even exit, and that's my principle.
So I mean, now no OTC. Lower Hills, meter, yes, walk or 400. And then I bedrew him.
So around Sanamaya, and I be better, and him say, MP most shade my DBS, but the intimate and complete. Sabiena, so no, a CD and Cacrasso, so a bois near there. Now, a party necessary ding never cost room. Namafa, command radio, so on cassette. The TBB am a hoy. Or my father,
Mete.
Now, on my dish share on, sir. So one could supervise.
Free.
Jessica said, if you knew, it was the biggest tragedy. Because a Nadia Senkesi, and I hope the party in Penina or Akuapem North near Akropong constituency, they will see this as a very serious matter. Because see the Ketwa saw na went me any one cry into me focusing so then now it's my agent of development for the people. Already know Lower Hill is not a place we win massively. You perceive increasing in vote. But nipa no obesa de ade amano obi afa ne hoka once ko jeni sikadia
and semfata.
And I expect the party leadership to act to bring discipline into the party. Leadership is lonely. So nipa no e Adam funti no chese or bonia you should not be able to deal
which also dwindle the chance of the party.
Yes.
Chamazoro I don't me Samu Achibio.
That's it.
Na ompomo today.
Na me di kan dom share any experience.
We second vice chairman of the party. And some Ebra Samika ye Obeboa na union ho nem say where 10 year kana one chijeman ka say fama MPP for nko Lower Hills for ye fama wonu nyina nem say assembly buy no abeto manim ye di won komo ne ade woni chairman na wonu mapa wo say hwe sa asem no modohi
that's it. Party etuhana mo and want to assure all stakeholders
okay
the party is in charge.
Okay.
Committee ho adwuma no aye nhwehwem a submitting a report to the party and all the necessary steps after the report is being taken.
Any other recommendations abeba nyina no obena mo come radio so ama Amanfo aswate ne bekusi bia no
anamo a yeritu no erekwanim
yo
ne sese yedi to bia ne yedi beto hope without fear or favor. Na me koso share Amanfo crying say Jumano esan sade we nti twintwen so kakra nyame ya aduma bo na wohwe a be wura mu no yebesan ato aso. And I want to emphasize to one ekaya yeah mapping coding ni ade nyina nsem nipa na meter no ho adwuma ne ba it is for free. Free
to be so beji usika
true say and yes no BBNia they have my number.
Chairman, fana bada tugwana omontena obo ho no nim a wontrol.
Yes, all those are mapping and coding wo mo fee wo mo ye due say be ma meter no be ma. They are not supposed to pay anything to anybody. So they have my number.
Okay.
0245092662. If anything, they should call this number. Now, what my man can be ninye. And they say,
Kabi.
Obra Akwantu.
Yo.
He's an asset. He's an asset. A new patriotic party. Party kesi amanyuku kesi yewo na oyesonhonko. Obi nyaya nkope. Obi nyaya nkope. Na yense party ni anim for Akuapem North. Yepe papa. Yepe. Na yejedi say party de anasa manyo sem yede sum nipa. Na Obra Akwantu wadanedi ne mmoa sene waka no nya ha na obe declare na say na mmom yende so ye MPP ba ye ni je ho ne mmoa the boa party enya ya merisu nko a say executives wa boa party meritintin minimum kura the last 2020 election menim obeto na aba o mampon Presby primary mmoa de boa party kura ho na nya de ketwa former chairman be di ho dance nti oye asset obi anya yankope na yebo nyankopon pai sro nyankopon ahoden nkwatenten openya baby obegina bia obo pon bi obebo mu no emuye ma no se na ebe ya na akoma pa odi aboa MPP mabun odi be ye anoboaboafo eboa party no sa ehun sunsansun bi besuyen so Akuapem North ha na yebo nyankopon pai ma no so mo ne ho ban na na enusuade hu bia emrem
Anapa yebeda se na ya sorry so na sene osika no se bi no pa de akokotoko no pani se nya na bro say unianimo wo a lower hill say be say economic activities near the vibrant na on per meter na ohu omobo say mo fa bi nko meters bro 400 na ekudru na wudi anim na hwe no bia nya bia na oji sika oji akoma hena e na o ka say abai yeso hwe na no bronya mu so me ka kire mo o mane nkokọ ne niema on me kodon kokọ no say DJ me test o kire nkokọ no be say enti bi frame am ko he nem say omo nkokọ a na o kire say omo ye from spent say omanyi so mo susa enti sebio ebia me koton manya ho faso enti meton kotoa manya bi say me test o me bo chairman so amane se ne wo ka no ye de niema hye mo nsa ne fenti na nipa nani so na ontimi nkofie bia mu ko se nkokọ ben mia jaga pia o yitrei efrem se behwe nkokọ ni bibra ne behwe say metwa video kra wa ha na nkokọ a e se omanyi die enso omo nam susa ye be se ne wo ka no wasinsom ntem obrunso nani ekoko ye de sha wonsa na me kwadwedwe ho aye na enyefe se enyefe
bia me to the back room am the my party for na supply
at least
but I told the bia no mama me nsaso asi from ne amekane but a good say nya sa feedback na next time no ya fa join for so
Enti be hojma also good morning bro extend my greetings to him for me why tell him his immediate past treasurer beside Charlie Sam also no so or ciao pa
the people's Charlie Sam
Eda I used to need or this what's the way they were which one? Asamoah Pako MC Makano that. And I could just say do day, do not friend. Good Godfather, that's right. Or say more fire Ofie. Godfather said Tugum. And I also saw air cannon. ATM say ye DC anesa because back we buy you so be no mamina men can na yenya na kwan nebre enti we so from Paris, Assistant Secretary. Good morning, Chief. Your kind-heartedness is unmatched. God bless you always. Nice submission, boss. I don't see a Paris. Constituency Deputy and Assistant Secretary, and I'll do it so. Bye. Ovie.
Accra.
DC. Madaroma.
Command Radio. Na say monomo ba ntemwa nka nema besesa. Na mobile susu no adwuma amodi wo Akuapem hai bia damase. Makwakwa radio mu Akuapem wo soro ha. Na kede mo so call tifima mu nka mo ye radio mu ya bonra. Ka ye de mu do asante a mo ye radio mu asante hene. Yeah, hey, so the my na boys and girls also command radio. Yeah, that's it. So BBI authentic, and they also want to be informed, entertained, and educated. So it's your command radio 97.1. Aha, and I bet we be a demo clear, clean, and green. But that's it.
I have an endorsement with the we say unmatched.
That's all.
That did now no catch me bro them say I feed ye. Come on, me advert na me nyama.
Me cast money and income.
Martin.
And the good news is the public relations manager also feel Abutechi, good fellow there.
Oh, on net ye papa.
Okay.
And we are the that's yeja.
Kono unti anka me born no charge. But sana wa kind
on
pa.
Very fantastic guy. Fantastic guy. Yo. Adapai what ye na wati na me say Barima kasi very inspired. I share one cry na ene yewra sami Awuku. Don't not friend of fear couple the supremo boys sabre obi abedidi. Ene ono no aba wabekasa ye nyina tena okono adwuma eda na koma se menwum so eda makoma so pa we de husa we de honyo eti okwe na adwuma edi tar kwan
wose luba
na ye ne obetimi bia over so
azeni patu no bottom
eti ene akwanoma luba masa kaguma sana ba be rap apokra.
Station Radio Man Kenya or Command Radio 97.1. Hey.
Adapa yesi faba ne sa sanse adapa yera Samia Awuku na waba abesran ye fefefe na waka na brabo mu nsem enye ne kra se wakọ na London nyina hwe akukudura owo de na de the conviction osemeye ameye menye broni wafa madwumam mehwese ne emekọ na mesrew me besi ha medase broni nwanwa ne nyina yera Samia Awuku na wayesa enema nyina yesi faba ne sa ne ebisa ne se BMW na no na ka it na same so Ghana BMW zero we are no atwaso ya mtre o kwede ya wie na wo kona BMW no ya tese o bo homodin wom na ye bia aggressive campaign manager who say to say you
group no men kan but when you say young people be aware dedicated I'm campaigning for Vice President Dr. Baumia. Everybody knows it's not a hidden secret. So the Vice President and I are very good friends. Now, I have told him so also Sinadrin now also pick funds or be contest here. I'll support him.
Wonderful.
Now BMW, I think that the meaning is Baumia must win.
Baumia must. That's what
they should move beyond just talk. Baumia must win and get to the ground. Elections be a one day. With your calculation now for who we are, then you can come up. But I think so far more FOB, so Friends of Baumia, more unique ladies for Baumia. I know they have women delegates for Baumia. They're also. But the BMW is one of the volunteer groups working for the VIP. Hoping that the VIP no declare a candidature.
But I tell you, maybe I saw when the campaign manager,
maybe because we say Madam for and vice. But I only main campaign manager here.
My baby.
Oh, I would advise him say he doesn't need a campaign manager. I want people to handle the operations. Elections is about operations. How to get the vote in the ballot. That's all.
I never that's it. You're right, I mean. You better say Adopay. Give it to Adopay had a DCF first that is here, Emma Abua for Pakwesi J. Belinda upon Adopay mobile Juma. List to a camera header, Safo Mafo, and Unia DJ Donzi, DJ Zikibi. Midin Eddie Kofi Ansong Baffuor. Nyakopo Boa, Joda, Ebesa, Eshiamu, Ewofia, Yakramo.